up, guys? Welcome to the Bald Shredder live stream, March 6th edition. Being that this is my Steve Clark guitar, I've got to play a Steve Clark Def Leppard riff, right? Right. Yeah. I'ma get in it! Chipsin, guys! Chipsin! What do you think? Alright, I gotta see what's going on in the chat, guys. Let me get up there so I can see who's here and who's saying what. What's up, guys? Good evening, good evening. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for joining me. Let me put on my spectacles so I can see what you all are saying. So let me just say hello to everybody that I see here. Hey, worstest guitar player, are you in there? Worstest guitar player. I want to know if you're in there, buddy. Because I got to say something to the worstest guitar player, if he's in there. I know he was in there earlier, but I need to give him a big thank you. So, shout out in the comments, worstest guitar player, if you're there. And meanwhile, while I'm waiting for that, let me just say hello to everybody. RJ's Cave, Christopher, Raph, Scary Reviews, Raph is here, Time Surfing Alien, Fulton Street Beats, the Chipson King himself. Okay, cool. Worstest guitar player. Hey, buddy, I just want you to know that I saw earlier in the chat, like, you guys came in there pretty early, and I did see the $50 that you put in there for the super chat, the super thanks. So I just wanted to give a really huge shout out and a big thank you to the worstest guitar player. He might be the worstest guitar player, but he is the best super thanker. So that was really awesome. And I just want to say that I hope everything is going okay with your wife. You mentioned having to be in the hospital with her. So I hope things are okay, or hopefully she's on the mend and things are going to be good. And yeah, so fingers crossed. I hope everything's good. All right, guys. Time Surf and Alien. Who else we got in here? Mega Blaster, Robert Vance, Dan, Timothy, William, thanks for making it, buddy. And Furiora. Did you send me the email with that guitar? I just saw the pictures a few minutes ago. I think with a custom guitar that's being made by IYV. I think that's what it was. I couldn't remember if you ordered that guitar from, it was like a Jackson looking guitar. Really cool looking guitar that he's having made, a custom. I think it's IYV, or was it AliExpress, but I think it's IYV. Anyway, that guitar looked really awesome, dude. Hopefully it's great when you get your hands on it. So how's everybody doing on this Wednesday night? You know, I'm out here in California. It's supposed to be sunny California, and it's like pouring rain. Yeah. So, you guys like this guitar, or what? You guys like this guitar? My latest AliExpress custom guitar. After I went and said in that previous video that, like, I wasn't going to do any more AliExpress guitars because they were making too many mistakes and stuff. And then I went back on my word and I ordered one after all. What can you do, right? And it's funny because about an hour ago, somebody left a comment on the video for this one that I just uploaded a couple of days ago, and he said, "Hypocrite!" And I wanted to go, "Yes! Right here, how can I help you?" Yeah, anyway, whatever. Yeah, the guitar turned out awesome, man. And I owe a lot of thanks to Mike. He's in here, Fulton Street Beats. As I said in the video, you know, I was pretty much done with the AliExpress thing. And then, you know, he's the Chipson King on YouTube. And he's just uploading Chipson video after video after video. Thanks, Mike. And that was like, I was like, had me going, man. And he had that Randy Rhoads one. And he was just like, man, I love this Randy Rhoads guitar. It's so great. They put the jumbo frets on it. And I'm going, jumbo frets on a Les Paul? And maybe with a thinner neck? And then, yeah, I went and pulled the trigger, got a hold of the seller. That's not a model that he had, like, in his store listing on AliExpress. He didn't have that model. And, you know, a lot of Les Paul models, and some similar, some 3-pickup ones, maybe, I don't remember. But I had to show him a whole bunch of pictures of Steve Clark and of that particular guitar. And it was a custom order, you know, and I wanted it as close as I could get it. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be like 100% exact, especially since it wasn't going to have the Kaler bridge, so wasn't supposed to be like an exact match, but as close as I can get it, and the guy did a really good job. JB saying, what year did Steve Clark die? I'm thinking 1991, maybe? I think it was, or it was either 91 or give or take a year, but I'm pretty sure it was 91. How is it out of the box? RJ, I did my review on this on Monday. Did you not see it? With a brand new jam, a very Def Leppard-ish jam that I wrote. And yes, it was great out of the box. I really didn't do anything to it, other than I lowered the middle pickup a little bit so that it wouldn't get in the way of my picking hand. It still has the original strings on it. Normally I would take the strings off, clean up the frets, put on new strings, well, I mean, which I will do eventually, but I didn't need to do it immediately. So, yeah. So, great guitar. Again, thanks to Mike, Fulton Street Beats. You know, if you guys haven't checked out his channel, be sure to check out his channel. He's like an uploading maniac with like new guitars all the time. And he's just constantly getting new stuff. And, well, you got to check it out. Like I said, he's the Chipson King. For good reason. Okay, so, yeah, the guitar. I mean, I'm assuming everybody in here, except RJ. RJ, how could you miss it? I mean, we got the same initials, buddy. RJ. Anyway, here it is. You know, it's the similar, very similar to the 3-pickup Les Paul that Steve Clark was using around the Hysteria time. You can see him playing it in the video for Women. I think he was playing it in the video for Animal as well. You know, and of course, all kinds of like pictures from that time period, live shots, playing it in concert. I saw them twice on the Hysteria tour. I don't remember for sure, but I would say he probably played one of these during those concerts. And he had more than one, because I've seen pictures where there's like 3 or 4 of them like sitting on guitar stands right there. So, you know, you got to have a backup, of course, when you're a big rock star like that. Now, I think somebody asked, like, how much did it cost, or are they expensive? The guitar itself was, like, right around $288, and I did order a case with it, like a Les Paul case. I didn't show you guys that in the video, because I was just like, whatever, it's a case, didn't need to show it in the video. And with the case and with the tax, it was, like, almost exactly $400. So the case was, like, $90 or something like that, but a really good hard shell Les Paul case. Yeah. So, yeah, very cool guitar. I don't know if I would ever use the middle pickup, but, I mean, if I didn't have the middle pickup in there, it totally would not look like the Steve Clark guitar. It would just look like a 2-pickup Les Paul, and then it wouldn't be what I wanted it to be, which is a tribute to one of my favorites, Steve Clark. It even says on the back of the headstock, it says SC Tribute number 2, because this is my second Steve Clark Les Paul that I got from AliExpress. The other one is like the Sunburst one. You can see it. The headstock is right there. It's sitting right there on the rack. Right there. Yeah. Yeah, Sienna, there's, you know, Steve Clark, of course, is not the first one to have a 3-pickup Les Paul. Not the only one. You know, there's Peter Frampton. There's Ace Frehley. A lot of people. A lot of people. I don't know who came first, and I really don't care. But yeah, I like it. I know you guys can't see me, but you can hear it, right? Okay, guys, I'm curious. Does anybody notice anything different about the guitar tone that you're hearing right now compared to my usual tone, my usual setting that I have? There is something different. And it was also in the jam, the new song that I wrote and recorded for this in the video from Monday. Did anybody notice anything different? Here, let me play a little bit. See if you can tell me what I added into my signal chain. What did I add into my signal chain to get this sound? it's not the delay, guys. There might be slightly more delay, but that's not the main thing causing the sound difference to giving it like a kind of a thicker, more processed sound. Mike, Fulton Street Beats, he says, flanger, that's close. Angry Trucker Bob and Sienna, you got it. Chorus, I added in a stereo chorus pedal. I just thought that would give it more of a like Hysteria, Def Leppard-ish sound. You know, something that sounds more along the lines of, well, the stuff on Hysteria. And I think it accomplished that. It gives it more of like a Steve Clark sound from that time period, from like, you know, the Hysteria 1987 period. So, yeah, stereo chorus. So that's what you guys are hearing right now. That's totally what you're hearing. That's the difference. Next week, I will be back to my usual sound without the chorus. That was a little snippet from the jam from this video from 2 days ago. Yeah. Okay, so, guys, I said in the description and in the community post that I put yesterday, I said I was going to talk about, like, if you should be buying guitars from AliExpress or not. So, should you buy an AliExpress guitar? And Mike, Fulton Street Beats, he obviously knows all about this because he's been buying a lot of guitars from overseas, not only through AliExpress, but through eBay and then through some other places as well. So he knows a lot of the ins and outs, and he's way more familiar than me with like the legalities of it, and as far as people saying you're breaking the law, it's illegal, which it isn't, by the way. So I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so guys, how many of you in there, besides Mike, I know he has, how many of you in there have bought a guitar either from AliExpress or DHgate? I'm not talking about eBay, because that's a much easier thing to do and is more protected and, you know, whatever. But how many of you have actually bought a guitar either through AliExpress or DHgate? I've never bought a guitar from DHgate, by the way. I've always just gone through AliExpress. And my results have been, you know, pretty good. Not always great, not always perfect, but overall, you know, pretty good. And I know a lot of people are like, they're against it, or they're, I guess you could say the word is skeptical, or afraid that either they're not going to get any guitar and they're going to lose all their money, or, you know, the guitar is going to show up and it's going to be like either the wrong guitar or it's going to be terrible, like really, really messed up, unplayable, because you see this kind of stuff, see this kind of comments, and you read about it, people saying, oh, it was horrible, it's nothing but a wall hanger, it's firewood, it's junk. And so, you know, a lot of people don't want to go that route. I think those kind of statements, guys, are way over-exaggerated, and it's a lot of just like stereotyping and a lot of fear, and there's some, you know, political things behind it as well. So, yeah, a lot of apprehension between doing it. And I fully recognize that it is not for everybody. So, you know, I have put out several videos, a lot of videos about buying guitars from AliExpress. And I even have a couple of videos I think the last one was 2022 about like how to go about buying a guitar from AliExpress. And I laid out like all my steps, like step 1, do this, step 2, I had showed you like the AliExpress screen. So if you guys really want to get like a step-by-step process of how I think you should go about it, just go in YouTube and search Bald Shredder AliExpress and look for the one that says 2022 AliExpress, like how to buy a guitar or buying guide or something like that. And that's probably the best thing for you to watch, as well as watching Mike's videos over at Fulton Street Beats. Now, one thing, guys, if you haven't bought a guitar from AliExpress before, and you're thinking about doing it, the first thing that you really need to consider is, are you going to be able to handle or deal with a guitar that arrives and it is not in like perfect prime playing condition? Are you going to be okay with that? Because there's absolutely no guarantee that you're going to open that box and you're going to pull that guitar out and it's going to be like, oh, I barely had to tune it up and it was basically played perfect. Kind of like this one. Because I've had all kinds of, like, just about anything you can imagine happen on my other AliExpress custom orders. Okay, I've had wrong colors. I had one where the fretboard was supposed to be rosewood, but it ended up being maple. On one of my Racer X guitars, the bridge was like 1/4 of an inch too far back. So instead of being 25.5 inches on the scale length, it was like 25.75 inches, which means it could not be intonated. Right? So I had to take the bridge off and plug those holes and move the bridge forward 1/4 of an inch and make new holes. How many of you would want to do that, or be capable of doing that, or willing to do that? Probably not that many people. And I mean, who would want to? I didn't want to, right? That shouldn't happen. So those are the kind of things like you need to be prepared that could happen. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's just, it could. And on one of the guitars that I got, it was the one with like a Wilkinson. It was like a Charvel kind of a guitar. I have it hanging right there. But the Wilkinson bridge, the posts, the 2 posts for the floating bridge, you got the body here. The posts should be like that, right? Straight down. Well, they're kind of at an angle. Both posts are a little bit at an angle. So that's really disappointing. It's been hanging there, and I haven't gone to the trouble of like taking out the posts and filling them with some dowels and then re-drilling the holes, which eventually I'll do. But yeah, it's kind of a pain. So the point is, guys, is like you could get really lucky and get a fantastic guitar like this that's near perfect. Also, remember the 3 pickup destroyer that was hanging there for the longest time, and now it's up there. You guys can't see it, but it's right up there, literally. It's near perfect. And my other Steve Clark Les Paul, right back here, it's near perfect. But it just doesn't always happen that way. And it can be like a pretty frustrating experience. Even with this one right here, it was a very frustrating experience, and I was 99% sure that I was never going to get this guitar because the seller kept asking me to extend the processing time over and over several times. I just need 7 more days. It's almost done. We're doing the paint right now. And I would ask for pictures, and he wouldn't send me pictures. And then when he finally did send me pictures, it looked like it was not the right guitar. And so anyway, I was convinced, and it just took way longer. So that was kind of stressful. But then eventually it showed up, and it's awesome. So yeah, those are things that like really think about and consider. All right, guys. The other thing that I want to talk about is, hey, it says Gibson on the headstock, but it's not a Gibson. Well, what's the deal with that? If it's not a real Gibson, why did you have Gibson put on the headstock? Why would you do that? It should have no logo. That's a personal decision, guys. You know, if you want to have a certain logo on the headstock, if you want to have them make you a copy of a certain guitar, that is anybody's personal decision. Whether if I want to do it or not do it. The thing I want to say about that, guys, is that if you're going to have a guitar, whether it's, doesn't matter if it's a Gibson or whatever, something else, and it says Gibson on the headstock, the only thing that I would say is I'm totally fine with that because obviously I've done it, so I'm not going to say you shouldn't do it. But you should never, ever represent that to somebody as the real thing. As like, it's an authentic Gibson. Now obviously I'm not doing that, right? I mean, the very first time you guys saw that, I think I showed it in the live chat last week, in the live show. You guys knew it was from AliExpress. I'm completely upfront with that. And in the video, the review on Monday, the first thing I said in the video was, that's not a Gibson. So, yeah, it is, it's not illegal to have this guitar. I have not broken any laws by buying it. I have not broken any laws by owning it. But I'm not going to go out. I'm not going to sell it and say, hey, here's a Gibson Les Paul. I'm selling a Gibson Les Paul. I'm not going to put it on eBay and say I'm selling a Gibson Les Paul. Obviously not. First of all, that would be illegal. And second of all, that would be morally wrong, you know, to have somebody think that it's an authentic Gibson Les Paul. And if you get one and it says Gibson and you go jam somewhere or you show it to your buddies and they're like, hey, that's a really cool Gibson, you should just own it and be like, yeah, it's not a Gibson, it's a Chibson, and I got it on, whether you got it on eBay, AliExpress, DHgate, and if you are like afraid to tell people, you're afraid of the backlash, then maybe you shouldn't get one of those. You know, you got to be able to stand up for yourself. Be like, yeah, you know what, I got it because it's $288, not $2,000 or $5,000 or whatever those ridiculous Gibson prices are. So, but anyway, so yeah, guys, I'm not trying to defraud anybody. As I said in the video, on the back of the headstock, there is no serial number. There's no fake serial number. There's no actual serial number. It says SC, which stands for Steve Clark, Tribute Number 2. I don't know if there's a single person on the planet that's going to look at that and think that that's a real serial number. Plus, it does not say Made in the USA. There's no Made in the USA on it. Okay? So, anyway, that's what I have to say about that. Now, the other thing I want to say about this is that if you've looked at the comments for this video, there are a ton of people, and I mean a ton, asking me, guess what they're asking me? Guess what they're asking me? Who's the seller? Tell us the name of the seller. Who'd you buy that from? So that video has been viewed, gosh, it's getting close to up to 7,000 now. So a lot of people have watched that video in the past like 2.5 days. And a lot of people, you know, I mean, I played it, it sounds great, I show it, it looks great, I'm telling in the video, I'm saying, wow, it turned out so great. So of course people are like, well, I want to order that guitar from the same seller. But I don't put that information in the video. I don't put it down in the description. I don't put a link to AliExpress. I'm never going to put links to an AliExpress store in one of my videos. Hopefully for obvious reasons. Mainly because not everybody's going to be as upfront as I am and say that, yeah, that's not a real Gibson. I don't know who's watching the video. 7,000 people watch the video. How do I know or not know that somebody in there is going to contact that seller and say, yeah, I want that exact guitar, but make sure you put Made in the USA on the back of it. Put a fake serial number so that I can then, try to offload it on somebody. So I don't want to be part of that process, although I'm kind of already am. But I'm not going to give a link right to that store so somebody can do that. Yeah. And I'm always kind of fearful that YouTube might come after the channels at some point. The ones that are kind of like pushing the AliExpress stuff. And so that's another reason why I don't put direct links. But, is there anybody in there right now that would like to know the name of that store? Anybody that would like to know which store I bought that from on AliExpress? Because I did decide that, you know what, I would let you guys know if you want to know the name of the store, if anybody is in here. I'm not going to put it on the video, but I'll be more than happy to put the name of the seller in the chat. Let me go grab that real quick, guys. And this is the only time I'm gonna do it. Hang on, I gotta go and copy it. Okay, got it. Sienna, no, it is not Amazon. It's from AliExpress. Which, like I said, not everybody wants to order a guitar from AliExpress, so it's totally understandable. Okay, guys, there it is. So I see some of you guys in there saying like, yeah, that would be great, and some people, no, it's not for me. I'm gonna do something else, which is totally fine. As I said, buying guitars from AliExpress is definitely not for everybody, because there's a certain amount of risk. There's a certain amount of risk of like, am I gonna get a great one, or am I gonna get something that's like totally messed up? Because both of those scenarios have happened to me. So, yeah. Anyway, there's the shop name, guys. And, what did Mike say? Oh, Mike says he has another shop also. So, that's information you'd have to get from Mike. I'm talking about Fulton Street Beats. He has dealt with several of these manufacturers making these guitars over there, and he's a good guy to get that information from. And he knows about all the process and all that, and he's ordered from many different like stores and factories. In fact, he just did like a builder competition to see which factory or which seller or which builder, whatever there, could make the best guitar. And I think he uploaded the video today, or I can't remember, Mike, announcing like who made the best one, something like that. All right. So let's see. What else are people asking? Doroteo, I'm not a Les Paul guy either. Totally, definitely not. I mean, look at the wall back there, right? No Les Pauls. When I do my custom guitars, they're all Dinkies, Super Strat style guitars. But, like I said in the video, I got this because of Steve Steamin' Clark, Def Leppard. One of my favorites. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have had that guitar made. Right? I mean, I do love it. It plays great. It sounds good. But I wouldn't have ordered like a custom Les Paul if it wasn't for my love for Def Leppard and Steve Clark, definitely. And will there be another AliExpress guitar in my future? Maybe. I'm definitely not going to say no. Never say never. In fact, I'm pretty confident that there will be. I just don't know when and what it's going to be at this point. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Jamie. $10 for burritos, strings, and coffee. In that order. No, actually, sorry. Coffee has to come first. And then it will be burritos. And then strings. Well, that's my guitar, I think, making that noise. Sorry, guys. Sorry if that was coming through. I was like, what's that? I needed to turn down the volume on the guitar. Okay, let's see. Yeah, sorry, New York chokehold. It was coming from the guitar. I had to turn down the volume. So, I did that. It should be gone now, right? It's all good, guys? All good? So, coming up, guys. Coming up on the channel. How many of you guys have seen the blind pickup test that I did last year? Where I did the Dawnless pickups from AliExpress, and I did them like, I went head to head with the actual Seymour Duncan pickups. And I did the first video where I gave you the samples and I didn't tell you which one was which, and I told people to vote, and then 2 weeks later I uploaded the second video showing the results and saying which pickup, was it the first one or the second one. Those videos have got like, I don't know, 50,000 views each, something like that. A lot of views, a lot of people wanting to know, hey, are inexpensive pickups just as good as these expensive name brand pickups? So yeah, a lot of views on that. Well, guess what, guys? I just did another one of those, but with different pickups. These are not the Dawnless pickups again. I've talked a lot about the Dawnless pickups. Dawnless pickups in a whole bunch of those guitars back there. But guess what? Music Lily. You guys heard of Music Lily? Music Lily is like they're in China, but they sell not only pickups, but bridges, tuners, switches, pretty much anything that you would need on a guitar. At one point, they were even selling bodies and necks. I'm not sure if they're still doing that. But they sell really good stuff. I've bought a lot of stuff from them. I've bought other pickups, bridges, switches, tuners, strap buttons, all kinds of stuff. They just came out with a new set of Pro Alnico 5 high output pickups. Let me repeat that. Pro Alnico 5 high output pickups. Humbuckers, 2 of them. The bridge humbucker and the neck humbucker. And guess what, guys? You can buy that set of humbuckers, both of them, on Amazon, not AliExpress. You don't have to order these through AliExpress. You can buy these on Amazon right now, $33 for the set. 33 bucks. Can you believe that? Compared to a set of Seymour Duncans, like the one that you'll see in the video. The video is coming on Friday, by the way. The blind test again. So a set of Music Lily Alnico 5 pickups that you can get on Amazon for 33 bucks compared to the 2 Seymour Duncan pickups, which is the JB and the Jazz, that will cost you $200. $33 compared to $200. Huge difference in price, right? But do you think there's a huge difference in the sound or the quality of the sound? Well, you'll find out on Friday when you see that video. And I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to tell you right now, there is not a $170 difference between the pickups. I'm not going to say that they sound exactly the same. They're not clones. It's not a JB clone or a Jazz clone. And even if you might notice the difference or a sound difference, I don't think it is a $170 difference. I'm perfectly happy with the pickups, to be quite honest with you guys. But anyway, guys, yeah, Friday. Please be on the lookout for that video on Friday. Because I really want to see in the comments, I want to know what you guys think. Like, oh yeah, I could tell. It was obvious. There's a huge difference. Or, yeah, I could tell there was a difference, but it really wasn't that big of a difference. Scuba Central. Getting paid to sell these Chinese products? Are you referring to me? And you say he pretends to not know what they are currently making? Are you referring to me? I'm not sure what you're talking about. I must have missed something in the chat. And if you're talking about the Music Lily pickups, I bought those on Amazon. And if you go to the listing on Amazon, you'll see my review. And in case you're not aware of how that process works, you can't leave a review for a product on Amazon unless you are a verified buyer. So, I bought the Music Lily pickups. I'm not being paid to do a video on Music Lily pickups. That's what you're talking about. So, yeah. You never know what you're going to get in here, guys. You never know what you're going to get. Okay? So, no. Music Lily did not pay me. If I got paid for every video that I made, I'd be able to quit my day job and just do this full time. But that's not the case. Do you think I got paid to do the video on this chipsin that I bought from AliExpress? No, I paid $400 for that. And usually when somebody sends me something for free, I will usually say it in the video. So, I like cheap stuff. The Dawnless pickups that I did the video on, I was totally upfront about that. And I told people that they gave me a 10% discount on their pickups. Because they wanted to use my video on their AliExpress listing. This was before I even did the comparison video. Just a video of me jamming with the pickups. They said, hey, can you make a little video for us and we'll give you 10% off when you buy pickups. So they didn't pay me any money and I saved like $3 when I ordered a set of pickups. Wow, major money. Yeah, I'm rolling in the dough here. Alright. Anyway, guys, worstest guitar player. I'm never leaving California, dude. Sorry to disappoint you. Thanks, Mitch. Thanks, Mitch. I hope you took care of that. Let's see. Bluesy and Toothy. He wants to know how you spell the name of those pickups. Well, you're asking about the Dawnless pickups. That's how you spell that one. And then the new ones that I'm talking about is Music Lily Pro. I'm not sure exactly how it's listed on Amazon. I can't remember. Music Lily Pro Alnico 5 humbuckers, something like that. And the ones that I'm referring to, because they have different ones. They have some that are kind of medium output, but the ones that I got are the high output ones. And the bridge pickup, here's an interesting thing, guys. On the Amazon listing, they have the bridge pickup listed at like 16.6K on the output. 16.6K. But after I installed the pickups in the guitar and then I got out my little multimeter and tested it, it wasn't even 16. I mean, it was still great, but it was like 15, I don't know, maybe 15.6. And I know there's some variance between like when they're at the factory, maybe they're testing it before they put it in a guitar, or maybe depending on exactly which pickup they checked, it could have been over 16. But as far as I'm concerned, if your bridge humbucker is in the mid-15s, that's perfect. Even my Seymour Duncan JB, the Seymour Duncan JB, when I tested it with the multimeter, it was the same. It was like about 15.5. So 15.5 for me, that's ideal. I get a great killer like rhythm tone and those pinch harmonics and stuff. And then the neck pickup, I can't remember. I think on Amazon it did say like maybe 7.8, something like that. And then when I tested it, it was right about 7.5, which again is perfect for the neck pickup. So yeah, great pickups. Great pickups. Sam, he's talking about the floor or Fleor pickups. Those are really good too. Those are really good too. Yeah, I have some Fleor pickups. I had some of their like ceramic ones in my orange Racer X guitar, and those sounded really great. So definitely that's another option to check out. Yeah. Okay, guys, can I put another link in the chat here in case anybody's interested? I would love. Here we go, I got it. Little shameless plug here, guys. Shameless plug. Just want to let you know that I still have some of my Bald Shredder guitar pick collector's packs available on eBay. Only $19.99, and it's free shipping. I would love for a few more of you guys to pick that up. Wait, did that not... Is that the link, or did it not leave the link? If you guys click on that, does that work? Maybe, hopefully. I would love to sell those out. I can't remember exactly how many are left. Less than 10, though, that's for sure. Alrighty, guys. Hey, I promised one of my viewers that I would show something in the live show today. Something that he sent me. One of my viewers, his name is Thomas. Thomas, I don't know if you're in there watching right now. I was hoping to like see your name come up, but I don't know if your YouTube name is, maybe it's a different name and I'm not seeing your name. But Thomas, if you're there or if you're not there, Thomas sent me some cool stuff. He does some like, he makes stuff out of, no link. Oh man, why isn't it? Okay, well, if you, I don't know why it's not providing the link when I just went and grabbed the link. Why isn't that working? Let me try this. I'm going to try it again, guys. I copied the link, it says. Coming back. Let's see if this works. Okay, I think that'll work. Oh, Mitch already did it. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you, Mitch. Oh, Thomas, you're in there. Okay. So look, guys. Look what Thomas sent me. He makes stuff out of quarters. You know, the coin? Look at this. It's a keychain. He didn't make this part. He made this part. It's a little bell. Can't really hear it. But it's not, I mean, it's hard to see on the webcam, I know, guys, but look at that. Look how cool that is. Looks like my nose, right? So he sent me the little bell. And then this one is a little cowboy hat. Check it out, guys. Little cowboy hat. Can you see that? Let me hold it from the chain here. And that's made from a quarter, I think. Right, Thomas? Pretty neat, right? And then these are both quarters. I don't think I can spend these because they're not in the shape of a quarter anymore. He made like two metal guitar picks out of a quarter. 50 cents right here, guys. Or it was 50 cents. Right? Pretty neat. And these are pretty thick because it was a quarter. Yeah, I don't know if I could play with that. Maybe. Should I try? Let me try and play a little bit with one of these quarter picks. I'm afraid it might break the strings, but you never know. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. I owe it to Thomas to use it in the video because he went to the trouble of making it and sending it to me. He's asking for balls to the wall. Okay. Let's see if I can. I don't know if I can play it with this. Something like that? Something like that. It's a little bit hard for me to play with it because it's really small. If you compare the size to like my normal pick, look how much like shorter it is. So you see like how much shorter it is on the tip. So it's like, I feel like I'm gonna be like missing the strings. I'm gonna switch back to my regular pick, guys. I'm not really sure how the song goes after that. I haven't heard that song in a long time, but I remember that main riff. Yeah. What's up, Captain Craig? Hey guys, I'm sorry if I didn't say hi to everybody that's in the chat, and if I missed any questions or anything. I know I did a lot of talking today. I'm going to play here for just a second, and then I'll come back and I'll pay really close attention to the chat for like comments and questions and stuff. You know the Les Paul messes me up. You know why the Les Paul messes me up? Because it's got 4 knobs, right? I'm always like going, where's the volume knob here? I'm trying to turn them, I'm used to my guitars, the way I make them, and the Monsoon that's literally got 1 knob. 1 knob. And I just turn it down, and Les Paul's got 4 knobs. That's 3 too many. Hey, worstest guitar player. Thanks, buddy. Wow, you are going above and beyond. Let me tell you, dude. Amazing. Alright, guys. So, what time is it? 7:54. Mike says he's got to go. I'm just about done here anyway, Mike, and thank you so much for showing up. Guys, make sure you check out Fulton Street Beats. He is the Chipson King on YouTube. So, hello everybody. Hello, 4G. How you doing? Jason, good to see you. Anybody else new? Incancio, Curtis, Tom, and I think I've said hi to everybody else. Joe R. Yeah, I know, Joe. I know. Those knobs are there for a reason because you can do a lot as far as adjusting the tone and everything, and definitely. Not denying that. But I just get confused because I can't remember like which one's the volume and which one's the tone, and then that's all I'm saying. So Johnny wants to know, John's Journey, is it worth it? Usually when you buy a guitar on AliExpress and they quote you a price, that includes the shipping. So when I say this guitar cost me like $288, that includes the shipping. But then there's tax on top of that. So maybe it'd be like around $300 including the shipping. So if you get a good one, yes, it's worth it. If you get a bad one, maybe not worth it. So it just depends on what you get. There's no guarantee that you're going to get a great guitar. There really isn't. see here. Thomas, so you're asking about the Alnico pickups. You mean the ones that the Music Lily Alnico pickups? If you put those in a Firefly? Yeah, they're going to sound great. Of course. Definitely. Furiora. That's good advice. Turn the neck pickup off. But then what if I want to use the neck pickup? I do a lot of soloing on the neck pickup. So, anyway. Robert, the chorus pedal. My tone, everything you guys are hearing is coming from my computer from my Line 6 Pod Farm software. So that's just built into my Line 6 interface on my computer. So it's just kind of a generic stereo chorus pedal is in the software. It's not an actual pedal on the floor or anything. My favorite Explorer guitar, you mean other than like the Phil Collin Ibanez Destroyer? I guess, are you saying that that's not an Explorer because it's a Destroyer? That would be my favorite. Other than that one, I always liked the white Explorer with the black stripes that Matthias Jabs had on the Scorpions. I always thought that looked really cool. Thomas, yes, those pickups will work with the coil split. It has 4 wires on each pickup. So it's totally ready for the coil split, for sure. Okay, Robert, you got that, right? Okay, cool. Thank you. That thing is ancient. What's ancient? My Line 6 Pot Farm software? Yeah, it is. I bought it like 16 years ago, 15 years ago. I can't remember. I bought it, and that's the only thing I've been using all this time. I'm a firm believer in the if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And as long as that software keeps working in my computer, I'm going to keep using it. And then, so no, I haven't tried the Valatin GP200. The day that, next time I get a new computer and I'm not able to load my my Line 6 Pod Farm software, I will be totally heartbroken, but that's the day that I will be forced to try to get some new software and then try to recreate my tone again. I am not looking forward to that day. Time Surfing Alien, good source for wiring diagrams. You know, if you go to the Seymour Duncan website, they have all kinds of wiring diagrams. And usually, though, what I do, I just go into Google. I go into Google and I type pickup wiring diagram, like humbucker, or whatever it is, and then I just do an image search. An image search, and then it'll bring up tons of wiring diagrams. And then you just look until you find the one you're looking for. So, am I missing anything here? Yes, Captain Craig, don't mess with a good thing. Absolutely. John's Journey, thank you, my man. You liked my playing. I appreciate that. Mitch is saying with the chorus, it sounds like his Line 6 Helix. Yeah, it's definitely a much more like processed tone, right? And it's not something that I would want to use all the time, but to get that Steve Clark sound, the 1987 Hysteria Steve Clark sound, I thought it was like pretty appropriate. But I won't be using it in the next jam. John wants to know my go-to guitar kit brand. I've only ever done an actual guitar kit from one company that sells the kits, and that was Guitar Kit World. And it was a Flying V that they sent me. They sent it to me for free, but it was really nice. I put it together. It was really easy to put together. Everything fit perfectly. The setup was easy, and it played pretty darn good. But I know there are a lot of other companies out there that sell kits. I just don't have experience with them. 4G, the Line 6 Pod Express pedal can be used as a computer interface as well. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Mark, you love when people hate you for it. Yeah, I just don't. I mean, you see, I have that Line 6 amp back there. I had that before I even had the Pod Farm on my computer. And I just do not understand all the hate for the Line 6 stuff. Because I get great sounds out of my Line 6 amp and out of my Pod Farm stuff on my computer. People ask me constantly, how do you get that sound? What amp are you using? It sounds so good. And then, you know, tons of people talking crap about Line 6, but whatever. JRI wants to know if I know the guys from Brat Prince. I do not. I have never heard of that. Is that a band or something? I don't know. Furiora, I've heard of Pango. I've seen the ads like on Facebook. They pop up as I'm scrolling, so I've definitely seen them. But like I said, I've never tried any except for Guitar Kit World. Okay guys, to close things out, I'm going to show you the guitar that will be coming up next Monday in my next guitar review. You guys get a little sneak peek. I don't remember if I showed this one to you guys before in one of the live streams. I think I might have. It is the headless guitar from IYV. Headless from the NAMM show. I got this from IYV at the NAMM show. So I've got an all-new jam that I've written, and I'm in the process of recording. I've got all the rhythm stuff done. I just need to record all the leads and the melodies and stuff. So this will be on Monday, guys. If you want to find out if it's any good or not, Mike Shaner wants to know if I had long hair when I was younger. Yeah, haven't you seen my album cover for my album Reflections? If you haven't, Google Richard James Reflections. It's a black and white picture. You will see me with hair like down to here. I had tons of hair before it decided to abandon me. Yeah. Serpent's Bane. No, I had not heard that. So, okay, I guess that's good news, right? Don't play any gent music crap. Well, Doroteo, you might be slightly disappointed. I don't think I would call it gent. It's not really gent, but it's definitely on. Let me just say that the jam that I did on that headless guitar, it's heavy yet super melodic. So you'll just have to see on Monday. Yeah, you'll just have to see. Captain Craig, don't worry. That headless Boya and Ziki guitar is fantastic. The one you got, the same one that I reviewed. That's a great headless guitar. And not exactly the same thing as that one. The one I just showed you, the IYV one, it's really little. Like, it feels really small when I'm playing it. I'll talk about it in the video on Monday. Burrell Investments. Do I think the AliExpress guitars are good enough to gig with? It depends on the guitar. I mean, that's kind of like assuming that, like, all AliExpress guitars are the same, which they are not. Some are better than others. So, could I gig with this guitar? Absolutely, easily. Why not? Why not? Why couldn't I? Plays great, sounds good. Michael, thanks, bro. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I guess I have to go a little bit longer because my buddy Lester Mitchell just got here. And I can't go ending the live stream when he just got here. By the way, guys, did you know that Lester Mitchell is a hell of a bastard? Did you know that? He is, yeah. That's an inside joke, guys, by the way. He is neither of those things. It's just, he knows the joke. It's an inside joke. Lester is one of my best friends. Great guy and amazing guitar player. I will say he's a hell of a guitar player, and that is absolutely true. So we'll go a little bit longer here, guys. Maybe we'll go to about 8:15. Somebody was asking if I had ever seen Dio in concert. Yes, I saw Dio in concert, and I think it was with Craig Goldie on guitar. And I remember Megadeth was the opening band, and I remember Megadeth was touring for the So Far So Good So What album, and Jeff Young was the guitar player. So when I saw that Dio concert, it was Craig Goldie on guitar for Dio, and Jeff Young on guitar for Megadeth. And that's the only time I've seen Dio or Megadeth in concert. That was, man, Megadeth was so loud, I couldn't believe it. They were louder than Dio. It was ridiculously loud. J-Max. You said my Reflection CD is on Amazon for $199? What? How can that be? Where's that? Is that the link that, let me find it. Is that the link that Mitch put in there? No, he put a YouTube link. Yeah, guys, do not buy my CD for $199. That's ridiculous. All 4 of my albums, guys, they are available for streaming and downloading everywhere. Amazon, Apple, Spotify, anywhere you can like download and stream stuff. So don't spend $200 for an album. That's ridiculous. Hey, my brother's in the chat. My real brother. Not my bro when I say, hey bro. My brother, Tony, Anthony Marini. I didn't think you were going to make it, Tony. Good to see you. Have I seen the Fret Kisser? No, I have not. It's a fret rocker with diamond dust filing notches cut into each side. No, I haven't seen that. You know, I do have a fret rocker. It's over there somewhere. Well, this is not my fret rocker, but this is what I use to check action. You know, there are certain tools that every guitar player should have, I think, and this is one of them. I wonder how many of you guys have one of these. I went like forever without having one of these, but now, like when I really started doing the YouTube thing, like really started hitting it hard and started getting a lot of guitars coming in through here, this is essential. This is essential to setting up a guitar because this is what shows you, you put that on the neck, this is what shows you if the neck is straight or not. Because if you just look at a neck, you're just eyeballing it and you're looking at it, it is almost impossible to tell. Unless it's really out of whack, then you can tell. But if you're trying to get your neck perfectly straight, you really need one of these. Really important. I use it on every single guitar that comes through here. This is what tells me whether I need to turn the truss rod or not. That's what this is for. So I put this on the neck, and there's a little bit of gap under it, like you can see a little bit of light coming through there, and then that's what tells me, righty-tighty, turn the truss rod to the right, and then it straightens the neck, and then, okay, good to go. Yeah, that's a really important tool. Burrell says he has one. You talking about the notched straight edge, or are you talking about the fret kisser? So I'm gonna go about 5 more minutes here, guys. I'm just gonna circle back onto a topic that was here earlier, that was brought up by that troll that got booted out. And I just want to say again, guys, that he was talking about like I get paid to do these, sell this stuff, and I pretend like I don't know, and just insinuating that like my reviews are not 100% honest or whatever, but they are. So I just want to make sure you guys understand that if I'm doing something with a company, I'm completely upfront about it. Like the Monsoon, right? I was completely upfront that he made that guitar because I told him to make it, and he sent me that guitar. And the IYV stuff, like they sent me that custom guitar. And so you guys are always going to be aware of when I got something from a company. And even if I get something from a company, there's no guarantee that I'm going to do a video saying that I loved it, or that it's great, or that you should buy it. If I don't like it, I'm going to say I don't like it. That's just plain and simple. That's how it is. So anyway, I think most of you guys know that and understand that. But there's the occasional guy that gets into the comments and watches the videos, and they're just really negative, and they always just assume the worst about everything, and it's really more of a reflection on that person than it is on the person that they're talking about, which is me in this case. So anyway, and there's different degrees of, if I'm checking out a product, it's not just black and white. Like, either I totally love it or I totally hate it. It can be somewhere in the middle, and oftentimes it is. Something can be like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's not bad. It's pretty good. That doesn't mean I think it's like, whoa, it's amazing. It's amazing. No, there's a difference. So sometimes I like stuff. Yeah, it's good. It's pretty good. But you guys are adults, right? I don't think there's any kids in there watching. You're all adults, and everybody should watch and make an informed decision and go, okay, so I see what he had to say about it. He played it. He demonstrated it. And now I'm a grown-up. I'm going to decide for myself if I want to try that out or check that out, or if that's something that interests me. So, yeah. Anyway. Okay. Let's see. Shane, buddy, I'm going to play the Chipson just for you because you said you came late and you want to hear me play it. All right, Shane? And then after I do it, Shane, I expect to see $100 in the super chat. No, I'm just kidding. Well, you can if you want to. I'm just kidding. All right. A little bit more playing, guys, and then we'll finish up. I know how to start this one. Steve Clark guitar, right? Something like that. Something like that, guys. How about this one, guys? Something like that. Something like that. Die Hard the Hunter! Alright, how about a little bit of shredding? A little bit of shredding. Too many knobs on this. Too many knobs on this. Okay, guys. So I was trying to play Die Hard the Hunter, in case anybody was trying to figure that out. Some Judas Priest in there. If you heard some Judas Priest in there, it was on accident. It was on accident. Definitely. Not intentional. Alright guys, I am going to have to wrap it up. Let me see if there's any last questions or anything that I need to get to. I like some Judas Priest, yeah. I wouldn't put them in my favorite band group, but yeah, they definitely have some good stuff. Okay, Captain Craig, Shane, John, Grasshopper, I know who that is, by the way. Wasted Dude, Mitch, Marlon, Time Surfing Alien, Robert, Tom, Rusty. No, I don't have any 22.5-inch scale guitars. I don't think I do anyway. Paul, thanks. Paul, by the way, Paul is the most recent person to order the Bald Shredder Guitar Pick Collector's Pack. Get them while you can, guys. Lester, thanks for making it, dude. Rod, Dana, Anthony Marini, my real brother. Thanks for making it, Tony. Ecto Cool. What's it like working with Timu? Easy. Great. No problems at all. Kib Scott. See you later, dude. William, thanks for making it. Wally. Thanks for making it, dude. Luis, good night, bro. John, see ya. New York choke cold. Later, dude. Donald. And Mark. Yeah, I might start liking the Les Pauls. I mean, I like that one, so you never know, right? I might get rid of all my Super Strats. Nah, that's not gonna happen. Okay, guys, so don't forget the blind pickup test video coming on Friday. Make sure you watch it. Blind pickup test coming on Friday. It's gonna be a really cool video. And in that video, you're going to see a guitar that you've never seen from me before. My latest IYV custom. And I'm not talking about the headless guitar. I'm talking about something else that you guys have not seen yet. I haven't even done the review on it yet. But it'll be in the video on Friday. And then on Monday is the review on the headless guitar. Okay, guys. I'm going to count it down and then I'm out of here. 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Later, guys.